Hi guys, and welcome to our first official Monday video. Today we're going to talk about Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children and all of the other books in the series. There's 3 plus a companion book. The animal advocacy group we're going to talk about today is Mac's Mission. It's located in Missouri. They are a 501c3 organization that helps all sorts of animals, not just dogs. They have cats, they've helped guinea pigs, iguanas, so many animals. And not to mention the humans that adopt the animals. On their website, you will find different funds that can be donated to for specific things. There's Marshall's Emergency Fund for animals that need emergency care. And there's the Cheeseburger Enrichment Fund, which is my personal favorite. That fund goes towards enrichment tools for animals in shelters across the country. Anything from peanut butter for Kongs to toys to actual cheeseburgers. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at Mac the Pitbull. And their website is iampitbullstrong.com. I'll put all of those links down in the description. But let's dig right into the book series. Basic overview of all 3 books is a family tragedy hits sends this kid Jacob into this magical world of birds that turn into people and time loops and hologhasts and peculiar children. While on this journey, he finds out the truth about his grandfather, the truth about himself, and helps to save all of peculiardom. Still puppy sitting. He's behind me chewing on his bone or something. Overall review, I really actually enjoyed this book series. I felt like it was something different that I hadn't read a whole lot of before. I was told that the author of the book, Ransom Riggs, went out and found these vintage photos that he took and wrote a story about, which I think was cool, just because I really like vintage photos, and I think it's something neat that not a lot of people do. The first book moved super slow. Like, I almost gave up, but I'm not a quitter. But I got through it and I finished it. The ending was super good. Personally, the second book was the best out of the 3 for me because I feel like it contained the most stuff. And the third book wrapped everything up really nicely with a little bow on top. It didn't create a point where it would need another story or anything like that. The Tales of the Peculiar, I have a very hard time saying that word, companion book tells stories that they reference throughout the books. So it's like the Tales of the Beetle and the Bard to Harry Potter. I'll be honest, this is the first book I've read in a really long time that I didn't just hate the ending of. Almost every book I've read that wasn't like an autobiography or a memoir or like a collection of essays, in probably a year I've hated the ending of it, including the Cursed Child, but we all had a problem with the Cursed Child. No, I haven't seen the movie. On to my least favorite things. The love story. I know, it's a YA book. They have to have a love story. And yes, the book I have is a library copy. I checked it out specifically for this video. The love story was mostly a problem for me in the 3rd book. It was almost like an afterthought. It was kind of like peppered in, like it almost served no purpose. Did you read it? Did you think that it was an afterthought? Comment below and let me know. I read a lot of reviews on MegLReads, which I'll leave the link for below, that compared it to X-Men, and I never made that connection until I read the link on MegLReads when I was putting it in the description. They do know that X-Men exist, but the people in this peculiar world don't know that the peculiar children exist. For the most part. There is one loop where they know that the peculiar children exist, and they're like slaves. You'll have to read the book. I'm genuinely disappointed at how long it took me to figure out why the Hollows were called the Hollows. It's because they don't have souls. I'm not proud of how long that took for me to realize. My favorite thing, I'm going to read you a quote from the book. I have a furry helper. I liked this idea, that peculiarness wasn't a deficiency but an abundance. That it wasn't we who lacked something normals had, but they who lacked a peculiarness. That we were more, not less. I really liked that quote just because if you feel different, then sometimes you feel like you're missing something that other normal people have. But in all reality, you probably have more of something than the other people have, and if that something is anxiety. And that kind of hit home, and I really enjoyed that particular quote. That quote is from Book 2, Hollow City. I'd pair this book with tea, but when in doubt, coffee works. That is it for me today. look out on Thursday for a video about going to the dentist as an adult. I'm going to the dentist on Thursday, and I'm dreading it. I hate the dentist. So I'll let you know how that goes, because I haven't been to the dentist as an adult ever. I've never been to the dentist as what I would classify as an adult. This ought to be good. Until then, see you Thursday.